Hi.
Hi.
How are
Your
you?
hair looks cute. What did you use?
The babe waves?
Oh, on the computer it looks like curls, not waves.
No, yeah,
Okay, I see them
waves.
now. I was like,
Yeah.
"Ooh, you got a new like curling iron."
No. So I've had this for 2 years now. No, longer. You were here when I got it, I believe.
I have
Um,
one too, and I can't ever make it like I don't know if my hair is too long or what, but
it's
like
not. It's not. You're you're just
am
not
I just
doing
not
it right.
finishing it?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're just not finishing it. You just have to let it be
Yeah.
and then you can go through with like a comb and some
To make it
styling
look a little more
stuff.
natural. Like
Hmm.
messy beach wavy.
Exactly.
Because when I
Exactly.
first did it, it was like my hair was like almost stacked. Like I didn't
Yeah.
even finish it because I was like, it was like stacked and like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. No, it
Maybe
becomes
I'll
like a
try it on
straight
like
up
a
issue.
random day.
Yeah. Do it. You're gonna like it. Um, my hair, it's Friday today, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Friday. So hair washing day is in 2 days and my I use a Dyson on Sundays to
Yeah.
blow dry my hair, and then I don't really have to do anything to it the rest of the week. Maybe a dry shampoo here and there, but rarely. Like today was the first day I had to put dry shampoo in my hair, but I don't want to straighten it because it will just make it fall flat, and then Saturday will be really bad. It will just be like
Yeah. And I feel like when
bedhead.
I straighten it for some reason, like you can see when it gets dirty faster.
Yes, yes.
I don't know what it is.
So I was like, I have one more day. I'll just do that, and then I'll work with whatever I have to do tomorrow, and then I'll wash my hair on Sunday. Call it
Yeah.
good, you know?
See, Fridays are my days.
Oh yeah.
And my curls are starting to come back because it's
Humidity.
humidity in Missouri. Yeah.
Hmm. That makes sense
Like
actually for you.
spring and summer are my best hair times out here. I do miss Colorado because I feel like my hair was consistently the same all the time. Out
Yeah,
here, depends on the day. So,
yeah. You never know.
anyway, what are we
Oh.
here? What are we actually here for?
We are here to talk about, and I'm getting ready. So if you're watching this on YouTube, I have to get ready. We have a funeral for a friend of ours' brother who passed
Yes.
away, and I thought it was yesterday. It's a big story, but anyways,
And
I'm
I
on the
kind of
right
messed up
day.
plans yesterday.
Yeah, I'm on the right day today. So we're just going to go with it and see what happens. And you're going to watch me get ready while we talk about our podcast.
Gotta be better
So,
than cooking.
yeah. So today we're talking about Tracyraquel Berns. She did a series. It's a 3 episode series on Paramount Plus. So if you have that, please watch it because oh my gosh, it's mind blowing. It's called Burden of Guilt. And as she got older, she didn't have a really good relationship with her mom and dad. Um, but she found out when she got older that her little baby brother, who died at 4 months, it wasn't an accident, as
Yeah.
she thought. He was murdered. And on top of it, she was blamed when she was 2, she was blamed for his murder.
Yeah, the
So,
story that she was told was that she climbed up in his crib and threw him out, pushed him out. I
of the
say
crib.
throw because you can't just like there's the crib sides. You can't just push.
Well, you have to remember this is the 70s, Brittany. So
Oh yeah.
they had drop sides. So literally the
Okay.
front of your crib would drop to the ground.
Okay, that
So
makes more
that's,
sense.
and then you would lock it when you put your child in. So you didn't have to
Right.
actually go all the way over and put your child in the crib. You would just,
Low key, being short, I wish I had that.
yes, but that also caused a lot of problems for
But
people
yeah.
because kids were getting their legs stuck and getting
Oh, sure.
harmed. And because a wooden piece of your baby's crib
Right.
could fall down at
Right.
any time.
Yeah.
So
Oh
it
my God.
actually was a huge like problem. But this was in the 70s when it wasn't a problem. It was just a thing. So who knows how the drop side was? I mean, I know they talked
Yeah.
about it for like a second, but if you didn't know what they were talking about, you
I
wouldn't have put
did
those
totally
pieces to
probably miss that because
you
as you
did.
guys know, the times that I can watch TV, I have to like listen because I'm folding laundry or doing something with it. But so I must have missed that part.
It's not a big
But that does
deal,
make way more
honestly.
sense because the whole time
Yeah.
in my head, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What do you mean she lifted a baby over the freaking side?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
But,
it was probably a drop side that they're accusing her of,
right.
well, accused her of.
And see, okay, so the beginning, it's more of like, you know, she obviously didn't have a normal upbringing no matter what.
No.
Um, her mother very clearly chose a man over her children, it seemed.
Oh,
And
totally.
that's, how her own daughter felt.
Their father, the children's father. So she was married to a guy and he got sent across seas for the military or whatever, and she hooked back up with her high school sweetheart, Jan, what was his last name? Brittany?
Um,
Jan Sandlin.
I was like,
Sandlin.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Jan is all I,
Jan and Kathy. Kathy's the mom and
yeah.
Jan is the dad. Um, Jan was her high school sweetheart. They met at a very young age. Um, oh, we got a princess walking in.
Oh, how pretty.
Yeah. Oh, you're not a princess? Oh, silly me. Um, so Kathleen wrote her then husband basically a Dear
A
John
Dear
letter
John letter,
saying,
yeah.
yeah, saying this isn't your child anyways, because she was pregnant with Kathy at the time. And then they were together, and then she got pregnant with her brother Matthew, who she apparently murdered at 4 months. Hi, baby. Is there something you want to say? Okay. Anyways, um, Tracy Raquel joined the army. Come here. Come here then. Hurry up. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Okay.
Hi,
Tracy,
pretty girl.
she said, want to say hi? She can't hear
Oh, I forget.
you. Wave. You don't want to? Okay. Mwah.
Um,
Um, Tracy Raquel had a lot of depression and stuff like that, and so
she
she.
very clearly had trauma and like some sort of like almost like PTSD or something.
How old was she when she threw herself when Kathy threw herself off that balcony?
She was young. She was like, oh
6,
gosh. It was only a few years. Like I feel like
uh,
she was like 5, 6.
maybe.
I
Okay, so in between the ages of 4 and 6, she took her daughter out to the balcony and threw herself off of the balcony, breaking both arms and both legs, but she survived. She tried killing herself because
Kathy did that.
Yes, because Matthew was dead, basically. And she
My
was
question
depressed.
with that part, especially knowing what we know now,
Yeah,
to me it's like, okay, just if you're gonna kill yourself, just do it. Obviously, don't just do it.
don't do it.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm
Yeah,
saying don't bring your child with you to
to do it.
witness it.
Yeah.
I don't really understand that. Like I'm very curious of her actual thoughts, her thought process
She
behind that.
probably didn't have any thoughts, to be honest.
But
I
like
mean, she
no
probably
thoughts
was
is
just
just
like,
like still just going to do it. Like what would make you go and grab your child?
I mean, for any
You know?
reason, if your kid's crying, you're going to pick up your child no matter what, whether your brain is in the same vicinity. I mean, I'm not saying that that was
Yeah.
her
I guess
logic
in my
behind
head
it.
I
I
guess I
don't,
automatically assumed that she already knew she was gonna do it before she went and picked up Tracy
Tracy
Raquel.
Raquel. Absolutely.
So maybe you're right, and maybe she was just being a mom, and then it got overwhelming, and she was like,
But
"Fuck
I
this,"
mean, to be honest, Tracy Raquel has said, my mom was never my mom. I had to do the grocery shopping. I had to do um the cooking at the age of 3. Can you imagine your 3-year-old
No,
making
I have a
no.
3-year-old and there's not a chance.
Yeah.
Like,
And so when Tracy Raquel even started like even thinking about all this, she didn't know that she could just go get medical or records, police records. The thing that really drove her into thinking that something was seriously wrong was the fact that she saw her after she found out that she was accused of murder. She saw her daughter, was it her daughter or her
her
granddaughter?
daughter. Yeah, it was her
She saw
daughter
her
trying to lift,
daughter trying to lift a gallon of milk
and she
and
couldn't.
she couldn't.
Like, she
So
could
she was
barely
like,
drag it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
she
don't
was
get me
like,
wrong, my kid will lift up like my mom's like medicine balls, like 8 pounds, but like, and I'm impressed with that.
yeah,
So
but
like,
not a 20-pound baby.
no, no, I think I guess I can't say there's zero chance, but in my head, there's very close to
Slim.
zero chance that that is happening.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
like at one point, one of the arguments was, or one of the statements was, there's so many different unexplained things. Like, why can a mother lift a car
Yeah,
off of their child? And it's like, okay, but that's an adult that is conscious of what is going on and like their
life or
brain is
death.
sending them adrenaline. Like
Yeah,
a
it's a
freaking 2-year-old is not, they
oh
don't have that
no,
like adrenaline. Like they're not going to have those first instincts of like
no,
that boosts your body strength. I don't know. Like,
yeah, it's a different thought process for sure.
so
I
really, let's go back to the
I don't
beginning.
understand. So yes, going back
The
to the
be
beginning, but I don't understand how they even got away with it to begin with without knowing the
I
ins and
think
outs of the past. You know?
I think a lot of times people they don't police a lot, I think don't look into past situations enough, and I think it's because
Or that's all they do, you know? And that's the hard
or
part.
that's all they do. Yeah. It's like in this situation it seemed like, the baby was so young, like it had to be an accident. It's easy to want to believe that it's an accident.
Right.
But where I think the police fucked up was common sense says that a 2-year-old would not be able to lift the baby or like,
Right.
do that. So why was there no extra questioning or like
Yeah.
digging?
Well,
Because
this is in the 70s, so it's a little bit
that's
different.
also what I was gonna say is, it's in the past, it's a lot of
Hmm.
times men were just believed.
Oh,
Parents
totally.
in general were just probably believed, and like there's not a lot of
People don't want to see the
extra.
bad. And
Well, and
that's
it's
truly what
hard
it comes
to.
down. It's hard to because you go around thinking the worst of everybody until they
But
prove
that's
you
because I watch a
differently.
lot of true crime, or used to.
Exactly. Yes. And
Yeah.
I go around thinking and hoping for the best from people, but I'm not surprised when it's not good, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to not be shocked. So I feel like I'm very I go into things thinking someone's not a good person, which is negative on its own, but
Yeah, but
you can never be too safe. Like, I don't know. But
no.
let's go back to the beginning. Um, the story was, she Tracy Raquel went grocery shopping with her mother, Kathy, and they came back.
Laundry.
Laundry. That's what it was. They went to do laundry at a laundromat. Something. Yeah.
Yeah,
So they
because
came
they didn't
home.
have those then. They
Right.
didn't have like in-house laundry unless
Right.
you were in a home, like not in an apartment complex.
So they got back and Kathy was going to go check on Matthew and
Jan,
Jan. I keep wanting to call him John.
I know.
Jan had told her like he's fine, like go fold the laundry. So she folded the
Or bring up
laundry,
the laundry. Bring
bring
up
it
the
up.
laundry. Yeah.
Oh yes, okay. There's so many different things because
Yeah.
You hear a story first, and then Jan tells a different story later that's,
Yep.
so all of these are getting mixed in my brain.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. It's fine. I got you. I
yeah,
understand.
Sammy's keeping me on track.
Yeah.
Um, but so she does all that, but then, she had left Tracyraquel in the house alone with Jan.
Hmm.
She comes back in. She's looking for Tracyraquel because she's, not there.
Two and
Yeah, and she's
two.
two. So she finds Tracyraquel in the crib of in Matthew's crib,
Uh-huh.
right? In the crib, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Um,
Because Jan put her in there.
right. And then obviously Matthew is on the floor
Outside. Yep.
and
And
not
not moving. Not
not
moving.
moving. Like
Limp. They said limp.
if you have a like from a crib, they're not that high also. So like to be limp, like screaming, crying,
I
upset,
mean,
I could
limp,
maybe
limp.
see being pushed out, but like, bro.
Yeah. I mean, they're speculating for sure. But playing devil's advocate, kids die all the time. It's,
Yeah.
it's SIDS. Like that
But
would make
Sid
them go,
also is
that would
like,
also make them go limp. But normally it's not, he's fine. I saw him 10 seconds ago.
right.
Go get the laundry. You go downstairs, you bring up the laundry, and then all of a
And
sudden
it's very
he's
odd to me
limp.
because laundry's, it doesn't matter what's on the list of things to do. Like if I'm walking to go see my child, my husband is never going to stop me and say he's fine.
Right.
Like, don't check on him.
Yeah.
Honestly, to me,
Go
if
for it.
someone tells me not to check on my child,
I'm
immediately
going.
I'm checking on my child.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going faster.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. I yeah. I mean, whatever. She obviously trusted him too much. Is the best way to say that, right?
Yeah, I guess. I would like to say that she trusted him, like blindly trusted him. But to
Hmm.
me, it's like a parent, people don't just, put cigarettes out
But
on
well,
the
they don't know
foot
that
of a baby.
they don't know
They
that part
don't,
yet, Brittany.
oh, sorry.
We haven't said that part yet.
Well,
So after she jumped decades actually. Let's fix that
well,
one real fast.
my point was, I won't spoil that part. My point was, how do you not see
No,
signs
yeah.
enough to not just be blindly ignorant to it? Like, something's up enough to
Oh,
not leave your
absolutely.
child, maybe. And I'm not victim blaming because
Kathy.
obviously she was a victim in some sort of
Oh,
way.
definitely.
But it's like, it was so preventable, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously, it's preventable, but
Everything is. Yeah, unfortunately. Okay. So, Brittany, why don't you read the first one, the 2025 Paramount docu-series Burden of Guilt, and just give them a back play of what we've already watched.
but that first one. Okay. It says, uh, hold on. I've got stuff popping up on my phone.
Of course you
Okay.
do, because you don't check your messages.
I know, I've got like
Notification.
200.
Yeah, you're
Okay, so
fine.
the show, obviously, we have told you. Burden of Guilt. It's on Paramount Plus, by the way. But it's just a three-part series. Let's see. Okay, it centers on Tracyraquel Berns, a woman who, as a child, was blamed for the tragic death of her baby brother Matthew. The story takes a haunting turn as Tracyraquel, now an adult, begins to dig into her past. What starts as a journey to find peace and clarity becomes a shocking investigation. Through newly uncovered evidence and emotional family revelations, it becomes clear that the official story of Matthew's death may have been completely wrong and that someone else has been responsible or may have been responsible, but the show blends home videos, interviews, and documentary storytelling to explore trauma, the complexity of memory, and the lifelong consequences of being wrongfully blamed. It's both heartbreaking and suspenseful, peeling back layers of dysfunction, secrets, and betrayal in Tracyraquel's family.
So freaking Lutely.
I like that they put in here the complexity of memory because that
Yeah,
is so true. And this is something that always has me also like wishy-washy on things because, you hear about childhood trauma and all these things, and it's like sometimes that doesn't even get brought up or even remembered until the
it's
adult goes
happening.
to
Yeah.
therapy or the adult has
Hmm.
like some sort of
Hmm.
triggering event. And then it's like, oh my gosh, all these memories. And
Yep.
to me, I feel like I would have a hard time knowing what I'm like. I would think I'm making things up in my head,
I
you
mean,
know?
you kind of are though. Even though it's a memory, you're like, is it being implanted or is it actual fact that I have?
Right,
And it probably, I mean, you never know. You never
right.
know.
But it is because like our brains
Protect
protect
us.
us
Yes.
and they forget things to protect us.
Hmm.
And that's a hard thing to explain, like when you go to therapy or if you just something pops up in your head, whatever. Like I've got a friend going through things like that who
Hmm.
she does struggle with. She's like, "Am I making it up?" I'm like, "No."
Yeah. No, I
Her
remember
therapist is
that
like,
actually.
"No, like we're doing the work to have these memories come up so you can work through them because you forget your body masks things, your brain masks things, obviously to help protect.
Totally.
And then it's like, I had a second part of the sentence and forgot. See, our brain. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
But anyway,
that's just typical Brittany. And
yeah,
that's
that's just
fine. Yeah.
me.
But I do that too. Like I get sidetracked. Okay, so we're gonna do a rapid fire episode summaries just so that you kind of understand what's happening. And we won't ruin the end for you, but we will tell you that it has played out. There has
Yeah.
been peace.
Yeah, like I was going into the third episode like annoyed because I'm like, if this doesn't
Oh,
end
totally.
like
Totally.
to where it is like people have
Hmm.
closure, I
So I'll do one, you do two, and then you can do three, and I'll finish my makeup. Um, Mishap or murder, Tracyraquel Berns. Uh, delves into the circumstances surrounding her baby brother Matthew's death. With insistence from experts and prosecutors, she uncovers the history of parental neglect, abuse, and deception, uh, reliving, revealing a haunting story of justice and pers-
perseverance.
yeah, it's just so it's so sad.
It is so sad.
It's so
I can't,
sad.
the way that this, I'm gonna say this event, and that sounds like I'm minimizing what happened to Matthew, and I'm
You're
not.
not. No,
Um, but like the event of this happening has changed her life for forever, which in
forever.
turn changes her own children's lives.
Hmm.
Her, like shit like this goes generation, and it's like,
Generational trauma. That's how it
yes.
starts.
So not only did this woman have to work through her own generational trauma, now she's got to freaking break it
Hmm.
all because of one day, really.
Yeah. And I mean, this is she's already had been married. She's already had children. She's already starting to become a Mimi, she called herself. She's
Yeah.
already done all these steps to already. So then she has to go through and tell her husband and her children again, like, I
And
have,
she's gonna have to continue to do it because
yeah,
the children are gonna grow up and she's a Mimi now, she says. So the story is always gonna continue
it's always gonna,
for the
and he shouldn't,
safety of
and he
all of the
shouldn't,
children.
yeah, and he shouldn't be forgotten. And that's the
And he
thing.
shouldn't be
Their
forgotten.
their Uncle Matthew was taken way too fucking soon.
Yeah.
I'm going to say exactly what Tracyraquel said when they saw the autopsy report on this child, okay, on Matthew. They said he had bruising all over his body, on his penis.
On his penis, which I did not, I obviously they didn't even know why or like they didn't elaborate,
How? Yeah.
but like
Um,
what?
and he had burn marks on his feet from cigarettes. They get burn
Which later
marks,
Tracy
and
Raquel
he's
also confirmed that Jan also did that to her. So
yes,
like it wasn't just
just him. And on top of it, all this is happening, and Matthew's head looked like you punched a watermelon.
yeah.
Disgusting.
That's also a
That's
very good
fucking
point
disgusting.
to prove that you don't
It
you
wasn't a child.
you don't get a head injury like that from even being
Yeah.
thrown out of a crib. Like you're beaten,
Yeah.
you know? Like I get like babies' heads or their skulls are softer, but
They
no.
they did have to re-examine his body, and his body was pristine. And that is crazy because
Yeah, they had to exhume his body.
it was decades later, and
That
that's
to
crazy.
me, and I'm not a religious person, but I feel like I
Karma.
very
Absolutely.
spiritual and whatever. I there's a reason. Like in my head, he was pristine like that because the universe, whatever you believe in, knew
Yeah.
that they needed his body to convict
Yeah.
Dan, to prove
Yeah.
that,
Oh yeah.
it's
Totally
just
crazy.
heartbreaking.
Totally.
Um, Speaking of exhumption, this number two, or the notes number two is the exhumation, exhumation,
Exhumation.
exhumption.
Exhumation.
We
Exhumation.
I read a lot, y'all. I guess I need to
Yeah.
work on reading out loud. Um, of
Oh my God.
Matthew's
Can you
body.
imagine? Wait,
No,
pause. Can you imagine every adult having to read out loud all over again? I'm good. I'm
no.
done. I'm gone. I'm
Because
out.
side note, as a
Yeah.
child in school,
Oh my God, that
when
was the
would have to
worst.
read paragraphs, I never listened to anything, and I would count to see which paragraph
Memorize.
was
Yep.
mine to freaking try
Hmm.
to memorize it.
Yep. Absolutely. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, this says,
Human nature.
yeah, the exhumption of Matthew's body leads to his stepfather, oh, yeah, Jan Barry Sandlin.
I thought Matthew was his son,
No, you kept saying that, and I thought that it wasn't, and that's why.
but Tracy Raquel is her.
Well, no, I think that Kathy had said that, but I don't know if there was proof that she actually was.
Oh God. Okay, you finish reading. I'm going to do some history digging.
Um, Danbury Sandlin, being put on trial for murder. However, a technical error jeopardizes Tracy Raquel's fight for justice. That was at first when I saw that, I was like, no way.
Yeah.
Like it was something as simple as walking past the TV.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Mm.
okay, I do understand filming big trial cases or whatever. But honestly, I have a hard time being behind trials being on TV, like live, like while they're going because of this reason. Like, how can someone call for a mistrial when they
Because
know it's
she,
being recorded and everything? Like, we should just
yeah.
not put those things on TV then if that is going to jeopardize a case, you know?
Okay, so yes, Jan Barry Sandlin is the father of Tracy Raquel Burns and her late brother, Matthew Golder.
Hmm. Maybe this is a typo.
Maybe. Or maybe
But
it's just they didn't know at that point.
I really think that they didn't know. And I'm not sure if Kathy knew, honestly. Like, and that's not coming from judgment. That's like just,
Yeah.
but also, because I think a theory at one point was like he kind of hated Matthew and
Yeah.
her and Tracy Raquel because they weren't his biological kids.
Yeah.
Because also Tracy Raquel has a theory. I don't know if it was ever like proven that it was potential, but that she also was supposed to not be alive.
Yeah,
Like they kind of wanted to like up and start a new life. I don't know.
right.
Oh,
Yeah.
um, but
Yeah, you can't just get rid of your kids because you don't like them. Sorry. That's all I'm saying.
no. Yeah.
Ah.
I had
Anyways, the last thing was, and then we'll be done with this one. The final reckoning, Jan Sandlin's second murder trial concludes, and the doubts linger of questions. He was found guilty of um, what was he found guilty of?
I
Felony
think
murder. He
multiple
felt
things.
no,
Yeah.
yeah, but the big one was felony murder. So he is in prison for Matthew's um, death.
Yeah.
And
But he
Tracy,
still he says that
we have
he's
less than a minute.
innocent. Oh yeah, we do. And I like he started blaming Kathy a lot, and I'm like, bro,
Yeah, it's too late. She
but
wasn't even there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, listeners,
What
tell
you
us if you
think?
like how we do this or what.
Well,
Do
this is
you
how we do
like?
things.
Yeah.
But please watch it. It's on Paramount Plus. It's really good. It's 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Um,
It's a
a
must
must
watch,
see.
in my
A
opinion.
must see. Yep. Okay, until next time.
Hey, bye.